If you're visiting Disney's Magic Kingdom in 2023 or beyond, you absolutely need to know how to use Genie Plus during your visit. What's up, everybody? It's Nick from Who.Travel. In this video, we're going to explain everything you need to know about using Genie Plus service at Disney's Magic Kingdom. And this will allow you to skip all the lines for your favorite rides there. We'll share which attractions use Genie Plus at the Magic Kingdom and rank them all from best to worst of the use of Genie Plus. Since you're paying extra for it, you definitely need to know which ones are worth using a lightning lane selection on and what order you should book them, and we'll take care of that here. While we will give you our ideal Genie Plus itinerary when visiting the Magic Kingdom, it's only a rough guide. There are many factors such as weather, crowd levels, and attraction maintenance that will play a part in determining which lightning lane you'll actually be able to book. Let's start with some of the basics. Here is some of the basic info that you're going to need about Genie Plus and lightning lanes before planning your day at the Magic Kingdom. First, what are lightning lanes? Simply put, the lightning lanes is the new name for the fast pass queues at the attractions at Disney. They are different from the traditional standby queues, and if you have access to the lightning lanes, then you can skip the lines and get on the ride with much less waiting time. Of course, this convenience doesn't come free anymore. What is Genie Plus? Disney Genie Plus is a service that allows you to skip the lines on attractions at Walt Disney World. It replaced FastPass Plus at Disney World and FastPass or MaxPass in Disneyland and operates in a similar way. With Disney Genie Plus, you pay a flat fee per guest per day, which gives you access to the lightning lane entrance at many of the attractions in a given theme park. Once you have the service, you can book reservations for individual rides at various intervals throughout the day. This means you will experience much shorter wait times in line for multiple attractions throughout the day. Just keep in mind, not all the attractions at Magic Kingdom use the Genie Plus service, but the majority of them are available. Individual lightning lane. It's important to know that there is, at the time of the recording of this video, one attraction at the Magic Kingdom that is not part of the Genie Plus service, but that is available for purchase a la carte. This is a pay-per-ride service that lets guests skip the line at this attraction one ride at a time. This is a tier ride called Individual Lightning Lanes, or as a few YouTubers have called it, Fancy Rides. Just know that these are different from Genie Plus service, which bundles up a large number of attractions in a park together for one price. How much do Genie Plus and Lightning Lanes cost? Well, Disney Genie Plus costs $15 to $29 plus tax per person per day at Walt Disney World. Now wait, I thought it was only 15 bucks. Well, that was the starting price, but as of October of 2022, Disney implemented date-based pricing. Individual lightning lane selections at the Magic Kingdom do range from about $7 to about $22 per ride per person. Prices can vary depending on the season, and of course, if it is the busy season, the popular rides are going to cost even more. So what time can you buy Genie Plus at the Magic Kingdom? You can buy Genie Plus for the Magic Kingdom starting at 12 a.m. midnight the day that you plan on visiting. What time can you make Genie Plus reservations? All reservations for the Genie Plus service are made through the My Disney Experience app. Genie Plus ride selections begins sharp at 7 a.m. on the morning you are visiting the theme park. This is the case whether you are staying at a Walt Disney World resort, hotel, or not. Unlike the old FastPass service, you cannot choose a specific time slot with Genie Plus. Instead, guests must take whatever the next available time for that attraction is. Reservations sell out in order, so the 9 slot goes first, then the 9:30, etc. Once reservations for that ride are gone, it is sold out for the day unless someone cancels a reservation. We highly do recommend that you make your first Genie Plus selection immediately at 7 a.m. Some of the best attractions fill up for the day even before the official park opening, and if you don't book them early enough in the morning, they will run out of selections and you will have to wait in the standby line. What time can you purchase individual lightning lanes? What time you can purchase individual lightning lane selections at the Magic Kingdom depends on if you are staying at a Walt Disney Resort hotel or not. Purchases for individual lightning lane attractions at the Magic Kingdom start each day at 7 a.m. if you are a Walt Disney Resort hotel guest, and park opening a booking advantage by having early access each morning. And this one is one reason that you should consider staying at a Walt Disney World Resort hotel. Magic Kingdom Genie Plus attraction list. Before you can figure out your touring strategy at the Magic Kingdom, you need to know which attractions are part of the Genie Plus package and which ones are part of the individual lightning lane selections. Currently, there are 22 attractions using Disney's Genie Plus at Disney's Magic Kingdom. Here is the updated list. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, Disney's Festival of Fantasy Parade, Dumbo the Flying Elephant, Haunted Mansion, It's a Small World, Jungle Cruise, Mad Tea Party, Meet Mickey at Town Square Theater, Meet Princess Tiana and a Visiting Princess at Princess Fairy Tale Hall, Meet Cinderella and a Visiting Princess at Princess Fairy Tale Hall, Mickey's PhilharMagic, Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, Peter Pan's Flight, Pirates of the Caribbean, Space Mountain, The Barnstormer, The Magic Carpets of Aladdin, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Tomorrowland Speedway, Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid. Remember, all of the above listed attractions are part of the Genie Plus package and are available for $15 to $29 per day per person at the Magic Kingdom. You are not guaranteed to be able to book every one of these rides, but they are the ones to choose from. Individual lightning lane attractions. There is currently one individual lightning lane attraction at Disney's Magic Kingdom, and that is Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Remember, individual lightning lane attractions are not part of the basic Disney Genie Plus service and are a separate pay-per-ride service. Instead of paying for access to a group of rides, you are paying for exactly one ride individually. So in other words, everyone in your party will need to have an individual lightning lane pass. One difference is that you get to choose your return time for individual lightning lane selections, whereas with Genie Plus, you need to take the next available window listed. You also do not have to purchase the Genie Plus service to be able to buy individual lightning lane attractions. They are not mutually exclusive. The cost of Seven Dwarfs Mine Train individual lightning lane is around $10 to $12. However, with dynamic pricing, that definitely could go up. Is it worth it? Well, generally, I don't recommend buying a lightning lane pass for the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It's better to just rope drop the Magic Kingdom and make it your first attraction of the day. If you do that, you'll probably be able to ride within about 30 minutes, or maybe even less. However, an individual lightning lane can be worth it if you are visiting during extremely busy times, like during the holidays. It can also be worth it if you can't rope drop the Magic Kingdom, because when you visit, wait times can be upwards of 120 minutes or longer after the first hour of the day. If you are trying to decide between buying Genie Plus for the day or an individual lightning lane for Seven Dwarfs, I think that there is more value in Genie Plus. The price is a little more expensive for Genie Plus, then you can skip the lines and more attractions throughout the day, which will save you more time in the end. Again, in that case, rope drop Seven Dwarfs to get the lowest wait time, or stay and make sure that you're there before the end of the day and ride after hours. The best Genie Plus attraction, even though it can save you a lot of time, Genie Plus is still expensive, especially if you're traveling with your whole family. So in order to get the most bang for your buck from this service, it's important to know which rides at Magic Kingdom are the best choices when making Genie Plus reservations. Since you only have a limited number of attractions you can book each day, it's important. We've put together all the attractions in 3 different tiers, ranked by priority and given a description for each ride as it relates to Genie Plus. Keep in mind that this is not our list of the best rides in Magic Kingdom. That will be saved for another time. This is only about Genie Plus priority. Tier 1. In the first tier, there are 2 attractions. These should be your priority when making Genie Plus reservations because they are the first 2 rides to sell out for the day and on a consistent basis. It's very unlikely that you'll be able to book both of them as reservations are usually gone before the Magic Kingdom even opens each day. So choose whichever one is a higher priority for you and your family and do the other one in the standby queue later on. The first is Peter Pan's Flight. This is an iconic family ride in Fantasyland and one of the most popular dark rides Disney has ever created. Throughout the day, lines here are always long. In fact, it's rare to see the standby queue here drop below 60 minutes. Most of the time, it's over 90 minutes. It also has a lower ride capacity than other rides, which means there aren't as many Genie Plus reservations to go around. All of this means it's a perfect candidate for Genie Plus, and it is our #1 choice when visiting Magic Kingdom for Genie Plus. The second is Jungle Cruise. This is our second choice for Genie Plus by only a hair. It's a super popular ride and gets even more popular during the holiday season when it is renamed Jingle Cruise. And also, because of the refurbishment, it has become a little more popular. This timeless classic averages in wait times between 60 and 120 minutes depending on the day, making it a top priority. One thing to keep in mind is that the Jungle Cruise is a much longer ride than Peter Pan's Flight, making it a bad choice to rope. That makes Peter Pan's Flight a slightly more attractive option. You can really think of Peter Pan's Flight and Jungle Cruise as 1A and 1B when it comes to Genie Plus selection. Go with whichever one is more of a must-do for your family. Tier 2. The attractions in Tier 2 are some of the most beloved at Magic Kingdom, and for good reason. And even though they don't sell out quite as quickly as the others, they are definitely a priority for Genie Plus. First is Space Mountain. Space Mountain remains an excellent use for a selection. It's still really popular with guests, but it doesn't sell out quite as quickly as attractions that we've already mentioned. If you are rope dropping Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, you can easily come here next without a long wait. If that is the case, we recommend that you use your next Genie Plus selection on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Which brings us to Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. This is a great ride for thrill seekers, but also whole families. We don't rank it quite as the others for Genie Plus because the standby lines are not normally as long on average. On most days, it'll be between 30 and 60 minutes, and on the lower end if the park isn't extremely busy. There are also enough reservations for this that it is possible it will still be available when you are making your 3rd Genie Plus reservation of the day, and that is the best case scenario. It's also helpful if you rope drop Fantasyland and Tomorrowland so you don't have to worry about going to Frontierland until later in the day. Haunted Mansion. Even though this is probably a top 2 or 3 ride at the Magic Kingdom in popularity, you don't need to prioritize it nearly as high for Genie Plus because it has a ton of capacity and wait times are not normally as long as the other rides that we've mentioned. If you are visiting during the Halloween season, you may want to bump it up a couple of spots as it does tend to be more popular at that time of year. Either way, it is one of the most detailed attractions Disney Imagineers have ever built, and it makes it a good number 3 selection when you visit. Festival of Fantasy Parade. Getting a Genie Plus reservation here won't save you any time, but it will get you a reserved seating area offering superior views of the parade rather than just waiting on the sidewalk of Main Street, USA. Using a Genie Plus use it here. If, on the other hand, you have a small child and will be skipping some of the mountain rides, Festival of Fantasy is a good use of a Genie Plus selection. Pirates of the Caribbean. No matter how young or old you are, no visit to the Magic Kingdom is complete without riding Pirates of the Caribbean. In fact, this is one of my all-time favorite attractions. That said, it's not incredibly important to use a Genie Plus selection here. It generally has a low wait time, usually between 30 and 40 minutes, And even in the busier season, it rarely runs out of reservation availability. It's a good choice for your third selection of the day, but not before that. Tier 3. Unfortunately, the majority of your Genie Plus selections for the day will likely come from this third tier. These tend to be popular attractions, but not ones that are really a priority, and you usually will get to ride them, well, when you have time. You will probably end up with 2 to 3 attractions from this list, which is still useful and will save you time. Try to plan them when you are already doing something nearby so that you don't have to make a special trip all the way across the park to get there. First is Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin. This is a fun ride and definitely worth doing, but you shouldn't prioritize it with Genie Plus. It's known to have wild swings in wait times and can at certain points of the day will be 60 minutes, while at other times will be 20 minutes. If you are visiting during the busy season, it may be worth it, but don't go out of your way. If you are in Tomorrowland toward the end of the day, you will find low wait times, making Genie Plus optional. The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. This makes a nice fourth choice as it has the longest wait time of all the Fantasyland dark rides behind Peter Pan's flight, sometimes getting as high as 60 minutes when busy. It's also convenient to use Genie Plus here because of the lack of shade in the standby queue, which will feel excruciating on a hot day. If you have small children not going on thrill rides, this may rank higher for you, but we consider it a solid choice for later in the day. It's a Small World. Usually this infamous attraction doesn't have a long wait, which means it won't save you much time, and it's low on our priority list for Genie Plus reservations. It can be a hit or miss, however, and recently wait times have increased over the historical average. It's a good as a 4th or 5th selection on the day, but don't choose it any higher than that. Dumbo the Flying Elephant. This is definitely the most iconic spinner ride at the Magic Kingdom and a must-do if you have small children. That said, it's not a priority Genie Plus attraction, since most of the wait times are not too bad in the standby queue. If you see the wait times around 45 to 60 minutes for this ride in the days before your trip, then it might be worth it as a late day selection. Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid. This is very similar to It's a Small World, and most of the time you won't have to wait more than 30 minutes since it has a high hourly rate capacity. It can be useful as one of your last reservation selections of the day when crowds are getting higher. Other than that, it's definitely not a priority. Princess Character Meets. The Magic Kingdom has added some character meets to the Genie Plus attraction list, but there isn't much incentive to use a selection here unless meeting the princesses is your family's #1 priority of the day. Mickey Mouse Character Meet. Just like the Princesses Character Meet, we don't think it's a very wise choice to use a Genie Plus selection at the Mickey Mouse Character Greet either. Guests being able to hug and get autographs from the characters have increased wait times all around, but Genie Plus should only be used sparingly here, as in you have to see the main mouse. I get it, in that case, go ahead and make sure that you prioritize meeting him. Worst Genie Plus attractions. Though you may want to go on these attractions during your visit at the Magic Kingdom, it's rarely worth it to waste a Genie Plus selection on any of them. The wait times here are not long in comparison to others, so you are better off just waiting in the standby line. Any Genie Plus selections on the following attraction should be used as a last resort when all of the other higher priority attractions are already sold out for the day and you have no other choices. First, the Barnstormer. This is a popular kiddie coaster. Often it does have long wait lines, but Genie Plus doesn't offer enough of advantage to make it an early selection. Unless this is the only roller coaster your child can ride, well, then I would go ahead and prioritize it if it is the only one. Tomorrowland Speedway. Most of the time, there is no need to use a Genie Plus selection here, as wait times are often under 30 minutes. If it's a busy time of the year, you may see wait times longer than that, but then again, wait times will be longer everywhere, which means you are better off using a selection at one of the previously mentioned attractions. Mad Tea Party. This is a fun ride, as long as your stomach can handle it. But it's not a good choice for Genie Plus. This, on average, has the shortest wait time of any ride at the Magic Kingdom, which means you aren't getting any time savings here. The Magic Carpets of Aladdin. This is a less popular version of the Dumbo ride and not worth a Genie Plus selection. If you really feel that you need to go on a spinner ride, you are better off waiting in line for Dumbo or Astro Orbiter. Mickey's PhilharMagic. This is a 3D show full of clips from classic Disney animation and features some of your favorite characters and music. Most of the time, it's a walk-on, and we like it as an attraction to do while you're waiting for your next Genie Plus return time. Not one that we would use a selection on. So it doesn't make sense to use a Genie Plus on it, as it won't save you any time except on the busiest of days of the year. Now that I've told you a little bit about all of them and kind of given you a ranking, let me give you the boiled down ranking of all of the Magic Kingdom attractions in a list of order of priority for Genie Plus selections. The list will change slightly depending on which attractions you plan on riding, but it will give you a good baseline to go by when making your own reservations. Peter Pan's Flight, Jungle Cruise, Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, Haunted Mansion, Festival of Fantasy Parade, Pirates of the Caribbean, Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, It's a Small World, Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid, Dumbo the Flying Elephant, Princess Character Meets, Mickey's Mouse Character Meet, The Barnstormer, Tomorrowland Speedway, Mad Tea Party, The Magic Carpets of Aladdin, Mickey's PhilharMagic, Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. And finally, tips and strategy. Here are a few of the most important strategies when using Disney Genie Plus at the Magic Kingdom. If you use them, it will give you an advantage over the other guests you're competing against for ride reservations. Be ready at 7 a.m. We all love sleeping in when it comes to vacation as much as the next person, but unfortunately, Walt Disney World is not the place that's going to happen anymore. At least not if you're interested in getting the majority of rides done at the Magic Kingdom. You will need to start making Genie Plus reservations at 7 a.m. right when they become available in the app. Thousands of guests are all competing for a limited number of Lightning Lane passes for the best rides. If you wait much past 7 a.m., you can forget about skipping the lines at the Jungle Cruise or for Peter Pan's Flight. That means you will instead have to wait in the standby queue, which in some seasons could mean up to a 2-hour wait for each of them, which of course is not ideal. So don't think that you can sleep in and make your reservations on your way to the park. Get up early and take care of this. Refresh often. Often when you open My Disney Experience and look at the list of Genie Plus attractions, you might not see exactly what you're looking for. But just because you do not see Genie Plus reservations available for your desired attraction, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are out of luck. One thing that can happen is the, quote, refresh strategy, unquote. Many times when you've been looking for a specific attraction and after refreshing the app a couple times, it becomes available. This is because other guests are booking rides at the same time and they're changing their minds and letting go of other reservations that they were looking at. When this happens, they go back into the pool for everyone to snatch up. To do this, keep refreshing the app periodically when you're trying to land one of those more popular rides. To refresh, drag your finger down on the screen and it will show you all available Genie Plus attractions. This is most effective around 7 a.m. when reservations first become available, or around every 2 hours after park opening. If the Magic Kingdom opens at 9 a.m., you may have some luck refreshing around 11 a.m. when people are trying to make their next selections. Best times for Genie Plus reservations. Since you can't pick your return times for Genie Plus attractions, and you are given the next available time slot, you shouldn't worry too much about getting the best reservation times. Yes, ideally it would be nice to get some of those most popular attractions early in the day. Remember, you have to wait 120 minutes to make your second selection of the day, or you can make another reservation as soon as you use your first one. In theory, this means you'll be able to book more Genie Plus selections. However, Our advice is not to concentrate much on the return times and just go for the highest priority attractions and take whatever you can get. Rides like Peter Pan's Flight or Jungle Cruise are hard to come by, and you should take whatever you can get. Another tip, try stacking reservations. Stacking Genie Plus reservations is when you book reservations with the return times later in the day and then can do 2 or 3 rides all in a row. This isn't always the best strategy, and sometimes just getting early reservations lets you do more than stacking later in the day. However, if you do not rope drop the park and or show up later in the day, stacking is what you're going to want to do. This is especially true if you are going to another park in the morning and then park hopping to the Magic Kingdom later in the day. If you have a few Genie Plus reservations all lined up in the afternoon, it means you can skip the lines right when the wait times are the longest. Again, you can't really choose your own attraction return time, but if you're going for the most popular rides at Magic Kingdom, it's only natural that they will fill up early and many will only have availability later in the day. Frequently asked questions. Here are some of the most commonly FAQs for using Genie Plus at Disney's Magic Kingdom. Which Genie Plus should I book first at Magic Kingdom? It's clear that your first Genie Plus reservation choice at the Magic Kingdom should either be Peter Pan's Flight or the Jungle Cruise. Both of these rides are the first to sell out each day and have extremely long wait times in the standby queue. These two are in a tier above all other attractions and should be given priority when picking your Lightning Lane choices. The ideal solution is you can book one of these 2 attractions right at 7 a.m. with a return time between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. If you're able to do that, you will likely be able to book a Genie Plus reservation for the other attraction for some time later in the day. As long as you get a morning return time, whichever one of the 2 you can book, you should plan a rope drop strategy around that other attraction. This will save lots of time and help you get the most done possible. Park hopping with Genie Plus. The Disney Genie Plus service actually works great when you're park hopping and can give you a big advantage when moving to a second park for the day. Our best strategy when combining Genie is done as possible as soon as possible. In the meantime, start booking Genie Plus reservations at the second park. The reason this works is because the theme parks are always busier in the afternoon, and if you try to park hop into a second park during that time, you are likely to run into very long lines for some of the most popular attractions. Remember, park hopping doesn't begin each day until after 2 p.m., so even if you wanted to go earlier, you can't. That's where Genie Plus comes in. If you start making Genie Plus Lightning Lane reservations for the second park starting early in the morning, you can stack up reservations for 3 or more attractions that will just be there waiting for you to ride, right when that park is the busiest part of the day. What about Magic Kingdom special events? The Genie Plus service does not work with special events at Disney's Magic Kingdom. It's only available during the normal park hours. That means Genie Plus is not available during early morning events, early theme park entry, or after hours events, extended hours, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, etc. If you are visiting the Magic Kingdom during normal hours on a day where there is a special event in the evening, Genie Plus is not worth it. If regular park hours are shorter, it means there will be fewer attractions available with Genie Plus, which means you won't get as many reservations as normal, and it is not a good value for your money. Do ride reservations run out at Magic Kingdom? Yes, they do. Genie Plus selections are the first come, first serve, and almost all attractions at Disney's Magic Kingdom sell out every day, and the most popular ones can sell out only an hour or 2 after park opening. You will see "not currently offered" displayed on the tip board for attractions that have sold out that day. Again, that's why we highly recommend prioritizing which attractions are most important to you at the Magic Kingdom, and then book these ones first. If one of your choices is sold out, go to the next most important on your list. Is Genie Plus worth it at Disney's Magic Kingdom? Of all of the Walt Disney World theme parks, it makes the most sense to buy Genie Plus at Disney's Magic Kingdom. This is where you will get the most value for the cost if you choose to buy it. The reason why Genie Plus is worth it at the Magic Kingdom is that there are more than 20 attractions that use Lightning Lane, which means there are plenty of reservations to choose from, and reservations last late into the day. There are also more attractions not including with Genie Plus that also soak up some of the guest capacity. This isn't the case at other parks like Epcot and Disney's Animal Kingdom, where there just aren't enough attractions to make it worth the extra cost. What also makes Genie Plus nice at the Magic Kingdom is that there are plenty of attractions without height requirements, which means Genie Plus can be worth it even if you have small children that aren't going to ride any of the roller coasters. So is Disney's Genie Plus worth it at the Magic Kingdom? Yes, absolutely. What to do if you don't purchase Genie Plus? While we recommend having Genie Plus at the Magic Kingdom, it's not 100% necessary. But however, this video is getting way long already, so we will do a video just about what to do and how to prioritize things if you don't get Genie Plus in another video. The future of Genie Plus at the Magic Kingdom. Even though the current selection of Genie Plus attractions at the Magic Kingdom is set for now, and of course there could be big changes in the future. For example, when Genie Plus first launched, Space Mountain and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train were actually both individual lightning lanes. As Tron Light Cycle Run roller coaster is the new e-ticket attraction opening soon at the Magic Kingdom, it will certainly be one of the individual lightning lane attractions. Now, Tron is the only real new attraction that we know about coming to Magic Kingdom, but you can be sure in the future when more attractions open up, they will of course be introduced in Genie Plus or of course on the individual lightning lanes. Well, that wraps up our step-by-step guide on how to buy Genie Plus and use it at Disney's Magic Kingdom. We hope that it gives you some good strategies to use and that our itineraries make it easier when planning your next trip. Now feel free to ask any unanswered questions in the comments and I will be happy to answer them. If you like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up and of course smash that like button if that's what you're into. And of course hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified when I release new content. With that being said, I hope everyone has a great day and we'll see you real soon. Thanks everybody.